This is the Entertainment Execution Layer Show, and today we are going to talk about a movie that sprung a huge franchise. The only movie where death was actually the murderer, where it set up these large, elaborate traps that would kill off survivors who actually cheated it in the first place. Yes, we are going to talk about Final Destination. Final Destination was released back in 2000, and of all the horror movies that came out in that time frame, I would say that Final Destination had the most original story and plot to go along with it. I actually almost forgot about this movie. In fact, I did, for a very long time, until a couple of weeks ago when I watched the original one, and you know what, I have to say, it was pretty damn good. Final Destination was about a group of French students at a Long Island high school who was going to go to Paris for several weeks. Well, anyways, one of the kids who was on that class and was supposed to go on that flight ended up getting weird feelings, and he eventually had a premonition in which he saw the plane go down in a very fiery wreck. It was a rather gruesome, horrific premonition, and the kid wakes up and he's obviously freaking out, gets up, tries to storm for the door. Several of his friends gets involved with the mess. They all end up getting kicked off the flight. The flight goes on as scheduled. The plane goes bye-bye, and well, is that where the story ends? Unfortunately for them, no. The group of 7 survivors end up getting stalked by death itself. They all end up getting killed off in the order they were supposed to die in the flight. They get killed off in very gruesome ways. Master setups and blood, gore, and horrific scenes. To make things a little worse for the main character, he's not only being stalked by death, but he's also being stalked by a couple of FBI agents who think he was somewhat involved with the plane crash going down and the subsequent deaths of his friends, well, classmates, considering the fact that half the people who survived that crash now don't like him very much, and that includes the teacher, who thinks he's a complete psychopath. This is in fact a rather brilliant film. Brilliant concept, great story. It's kind of like a Stephen King meets the X-Files type vibe. This spawned a franchise with 4 sequels coming out in the span of about 11 years. I kind of think this is a forgotten film. Was this the most popular film to come out at that time, horror-wise? No. But it definitely was one of the best, as I stated before. Anyways, death stalked them until there were only about 3 left. 3 characters. The 3 characters that remained thought they were in the clear. Unfortunately, they were not. As the 3 remaining characters, only one of them actually made it into the sequel. The film starred Devon Sawa, Hallie Lauder, Sean William Scott, Curtis Smith. It was released in 2000. It was actually pretty damn good. I give it a, how about a 7.5 out of 10. Now you know what, I'll give it an 8, because this was a pretty good solid film. Until next time, if you have a premonition, just forget about it. Don't try and stop it. Fate comes.